All right, all right. Welcome to Vikas Web Channel, and I am here back again with another cool idea, cool video. And this video is more of an improvement rather than completely learning something new. This is what I do in my channel. I also share you as I grow, as I learn new things. So this is one of that kind of video. So if you remember our earlier project, if not, I will put the link in description. So we have come to this page that we have now this dashboard, and it has a tabs and dynamic form and settings and users, and then all these kind of route params and everything there. So this is more like actually working in a real life. That's what I have been doing in my past videos. So we started this with a blank project, and then we keep on adding new in, and which is what I assume you will do in your real work life, because I don't think you will always start your project from blank with a completely freedom of doing whatever you like. Most probably there will be something and you have to start working on top of that. And even if not, even if you start the new project, eventually it will become in a stage where you have to handle it from where you have left over. Okay, so that's what we are doing in our most of the videos. Today's video is about how to handle this kind of navigation, and at the moment we have only in sidebar, but in later stages we might be using the same in some other pages or footers or somewhere else. So how to handle them properly so that you have a single source of truth to modify that, because at the moment if we go here and if we go to our, is it in our sidebar somewhere? Yes. So if I go to sidebar, then these are all hard coded here. So how not to do that and how to better organize them. So that is all this video is about. And if that sounds interesting and if you are excited about learning this new pattern, then smash the like button so that YouTube will recommend this video to others as well. As well as if you are new to this channel, or even if you are not new but you have been watching some of my videos, and if you like my contents, then consider subscribing so that it will motivate me to make more and more cool videos. With that being said, let's start. So here I am with our very interesting dashboard project that we have been working on throughout this project series, this video series, and my YouTube channel. If you are not familiar with this, then I will recommend you to go to my YouTube channel, where we have started from here React Router Basics, and as along we have grown until this point here. So go there and check it out, and then I have also the GitHub project link in the description, so you can check it from there and you can follow along. So here we have, and we have a sidebar, and in sidebar, as you can see here, so we have dashboard, tabs, demo, dynamic form, settings, users, and also logout. So mostly these are our links. So this all takes us to different route as we click. So you can also see it in the navigation bar. So we want to handle all of these in a better way. So that is what this video is about. So for that reason, I would like to go here, and somewhere I would like to create a folder. So we will have a folder, and then inside folder, let's call navigation.ts, since this is a TypeScript project. Inside navigation object, we can create a sidebar, and this will be an array. Okay, just like that. If you have something in footer, you can also give it here. And if you have, let's say, setting navigation, you can give it there. So as many navigation you will have, you can just keep on adding there. So inside sidebar will be an object. Actually we will have a lot of objects inside this sidebar array. So first thing first, let's go here, and we have a dashboard. Okay, so let's give it a name, and the name will be dashboard. Okay, and with the name we also need something else, and for that we can go here. So let's go here. So what we have in dashboard, we have the name dashboard, yes, and then we have also to link here in the dashboard. So we can also give to, and that will be a path. So in our case, that is /dashboard, right? Additionally, we can even give some class if we want, or we can give some text if we want. So let's just give text, and usually These are important if you want to use some other properties or something. Currently we are not making use of it. However, in some cases this name is what you are referring to, and then you might want lowercase of this, or sometimes you might have name with space, let's say dashboard, just like we have somewhere here we have tabs demo. So but then you might want to have some unique property, unique feature, or unique ID that you want to refer to. So for that reason I always give it like a text. We can additionally also give it ID. It's up to you, because you know, when we have an array, when we have object, we want to identify it with some unique element. So that's why I give always text, but feel free to give however you like. Okay, so this is one. And then let's go here, users and users. This is what we have a config. Inside config we have navigation, and so we are exporting this navigation from there. So now in our sidebar what we can do is we can import that. So let's go here and let's import navigation from. Okay, so clearly we will have a problem with this name, because we are also using navigation from our use navigate. So let's give it a little bit a different name. So let's just say main navigation, or actually that's also not a good name, so I will give it navigation items. I think that will be unique. So let's go here, and inside here let's import navigation from our config, and that will be from navigation. Additionally, instead of doing this, once our application grows, we can also add something called index here, and then all this index does is it will import everything from navigation. Export everything from navigation. So now instead of us actually using it from here, what we can do is we can do something like this, and then we can just wrap it around. So okay, so navigation module config has no exporter member navigation. Okay, well, that is also interesting. So instead of making it default, we can change it to like that, and we have that. And now as you can see, we don't have that problem, and actually we can already see what we have. We get all the types and everything. So now all we need to do is inside here, what we can do is we can loop through our navigation. So we have navigation items dot sidebar, because that's what we are dealing here, and then we want to map, and then we have item, and then we want to loop through each of those items. So let's get this here, and then so instead of 2 here, what we can do is we can have item and then the 2, and also instead of this here, we can do item.name, and then we need to also provide key here. So our key will be item.text, and then lastly we have to have this class name. So if location.pathname is same as item.to, then we have sidebar active. If not, we don't have that. And now with that, we can basically delete everything else. So we can delete users, this, and also this, and actually also this. So You see now our sidebar is much cleaner. Okay, so now let's save this and let's try to see if we will have any error. Okay, so now if we go here and if we also try to check it in our console, so we basically have everything. And if I click tabs, I'm in tabs. If I click dashboard, it says no route match location dashboard. Okay, and tabs, we are in tabs. In dynamic form, we are in settings, we are in, and users, we are in. So we have some problem with our dashboard. Dashboard, okay, I have a typo there, so let's go. And if I do like that, okay, so it says welcome to dashboard. Sorry, that was a typo. So this is all working good and everything is good, except if you can see, we have one problem here, and the problem is when I click our tabs demo, and because in our sidebar here we are checking that it has to match exact in order to have our sidebar active. However, when we are in our tabs demo, our actual URL or location here is tabs/tab1 or tab2 or so on. Okay, well, we have permission denied there, but you get the point. So instead of this, if we change this to dot includes, and then voila, you can see that now it's working, dashboard is working, dynamic form we have active here, and we have active here, and we have had active here. All right, so this is working just as before. However, now we have everything here. So let's say if I have to add a new route someday, and then let's say this route name will be example, and well, we don't have this route yet, so it will not take us to anywhere. This text I can give. So now if I just do it here, you will see we already have example here. So it's super easy. You don't have to go here and do anything, and everything will be handled inside this. So imagine if someday you want to use this exact pattern in something else. So let's say you want to use this pattern in one of our settings page. Okay, so let's go to our setting page. Inside settings page, what we can do is let's just have a fragment here, and then here we can just create this, and obviously we need to do some import. So first thing first, let's go and let's just copy that, and then let's have it here. And then we also need to import link, so we need this, and then we can do that. And probably we also need to get location because we are using location. So let's go here and let's do location. So now if everything is good, you can see that we have also this bar here. Obviously if you go to settings, and then there are all these, and if you change it in one place, it will also change it here. I will remove it from here because we don't need it in our settings page, because I don't want to pollute this, but you got the point, right? All right, so this is all about today's video. Feel free to leave your comments below. What do you think about this approach? Do you think this is going to change the way you have been handling your navigation item, or do you even have a better approach that you would like to share with me? Feel free to leave that in the comment below. Also, you can connect me via LinkedIn. The link is in the description below. And if you enjoyed the content, hit the like button. And if you are new to channel, or if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, I will recommend you to subscribe this channel, because more and more videos are coming. I'm going to make a more stack app tutorial soon. Similarly, I will come up with more front-end interview question, also back-end interview question, and I would like to also build a chat widget with React, Node, and such. So a lot of new exciting videos are in the process, and if you don't want to miss them, then you have to subscribe my channel. And not only that, you have to also click that notification bell icon so that you will be notified when I upload new videos. With that, thank you all for watching these videos and coming along until the end, and I will see you in next videos. Until then, keep coding. Bye bye.